Yes, I do think that the sperm retention benefit of attracting women is true, and I'll explain why in a moment. However, I want to stress that sperm retention shouldn't be restricted to women. In the end, you should do it for the development of your character and for yourself. However, if you're doing it purely to get laid or draw more female attention, more power to you. So the first reason, I found that sperm retention is the most potent basis for personal development. I like being attracted to women because it's simple and enjoyable, but not in the same way that enjoying online adult content does. When girls grin and chuckle at you when you speak to them, it feels good to have them fix their attention on you. When girls go out of their way to chat with you or grab your attention, it feels fantastic. Having girls behave in a more feminine and subservient manner toward you is enjoyable. Everything is pretty wonderful, but do you want to know what's even more pleasant? Not being such a pervert when it comes to females and not seeing them as some sort of sexual object. I could stand on my high horse and say that I don't care about these ego-gratifying things, but I won't. The effects of long-term adult content used on your brain and your perspective of women are surprising, and I started to perceive women as actual human beings again when I started doing this, as horrible as it may sound. When I was in PMO, I was only concerned with a girl's appearance. I was completely uninterested in what she had to say and didn't care about her thoughts or feelings in the slightest. I was only considering strategies or games I might play to bring her into bed as quickly as possible so I could have some pleasure and satisfy a void inside of me. I'm very sure the women are also aware of the fact that I wasn't motivated by a sincere desire to connect with someone, but rather by feelings of inadequacy and the want to feed my ego. Thankfully, this has changed. In my opinion, women have developed into much more than their secondary sex feature, and I am much more interested in and appreciative of them now. I also care about things more than just how they look. Anyone watching who engages in this behavior or has at least given up some of the perverted behaviors can definitely relate to this, and the fact that we come across as more sincere men may be one of the factors that attract more women to us. Now let me tell you why there is more interest. Number 1. A female can detect if we are sincere about our interest in her as opposed to viewing her as a lust object to be used for sexual exploitation. It shouldn't be a surprise that you'll attract more girls or that they'll feel more comfortable around you. You no longer have that creepy feeling as a result. Number 2. When we retain, we are not always fixated on earning a woman's approval. When you're having a good time, the desire for female approval lessens substantially, but ironically, we tend to obtain more attention or praise when we don't actually need it. It seems to me that adult content rewires our brains to put sex and women on a pedestal, effectively programming us to simp. We already have a cup, so we don't need to go about pleading with people to fill it. Number 3. Retaining boosts our confidence. You feel more self-assured either because of lower feelings of shame, dopamine receptors that aren't continually burned out, or increased testosterone levels. It's probably a combination of these. Everything you do will change as a result. You'll move differently, speak more cheerily, and make more frequent eye contact. We could definitely come up with a lengthy list of tiny ways that lack of confidence might affect you. The fact is that many of these are picked up on by women even when they aren't aware of it.